In this lecture, we will learn how to create a local repository. On most Linux distributions, only online package repositories are used. This ensures that you'll always get the latest version of the package you need to install, and it also makes sure that you can update your software smoothly. This is the recommended method, especially when you update your system. You will get the latest patches and latest updates of particular packages. That's why this is the recommended method. However, if you are sure that you will never do online package management on a particular system, only in some cases, then it is a good idea to configure yum to work with the local repos only. In this section, we will disable current repos, create a new local repo by using CD or DVD, or by downloading a package, enable and use the local repo to install software. So a couple of things that we will do: we will create a new directory called /repo. We will download or add the software from CD DVD, and then we will copy it from your DVD to /repo directory. And then we will also mount the DVD and CD-ROM to /mnt, and I'll show you how to do that on VirtualBox. Then we'll copy a specific software, create repo, or you can download all packages to /repo directory. Then we will create a local repo. We will disable or remove your current repos. Then we will try to install the software from our newly created repo. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move into my / directory, and then I'm going to create a directory called repo. If I do an ls, as you can see, repo directory has been created. Let's move into the repo directory. Let me clear the screen. So we're installing yum utils. So yum install -y yum utils. Hit enter. As you can see, the package is getting installed. Okay, it's complete. The package has been installed. Let me clear the screen. Now let's download a package to this directory. Again, currently we're in /repo directory that we just created. So let's use yum downloader -v vsft pd, hit enter. Let's do an ls. As you can see, the vsft pd software has been downloaded. So when you're creating a repo and you don't have the DVD, you can just download all the packages you want onto a particular directory, just like I did. I mean, it's not the optimum way. If you're trying to get 4 or 6 GB of data, it's best to use the DVD in that case. But you have the internet speed, or if you have no other way, then you can use it this way. Now we will get additional software by mounting a CD-ROM. So currently I'm using VirtualBox. If you're using VirtualBox, then you can follow the same steps. If you're using just a regular computer or a server, then you can just pop the CD in or the DVD in. If you're using VMware, it's very similar process as VirtualBox. You just add a DVD and then you can mount it. So let's bring up the console of VirtualBox and I'll show you how you can get a CD-ROM added. So currently this is the server that's running. So whatever server you have, whatever name you have, you can just right click, click on settings, then go under storage. I already have added it, but let's say if it was not added, you click on this CD icon and then you choose. You can click on this and you can choose wherever the location of your ISO is. You can choose that. Currently I'm using a CentOS or Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server 7.6. and its size is 4.19 GB, and once you click on that, you'll see it right here, and you just hit OK, and the CD is added to our system. Once the CD has been added, then we can go and mount it. So to mount the CD, first let's see where the CD is. Let's go to /dev. That's where usually you will find your CD-ROM, and let's do an ls -ltr. As you can see, CD-ROM is listed here. So the CD-ROM is there. Let's mount it. To mount that, you can run the command mount /dev CD-ROM, and let's mount it to /mnt. Hit enter. I already have it mounted, so it's giving me a message already mounted. So if you don't have it mounted, it will mount it. Now it's mounted to /mnt. Let's go and look at that directory. So let's do cd /mnt. Let's do an ls. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff on that DVD, the ISO that we have. The one we're looking for is packages. This is where all our packages are. So let's cd into packages. Hit enter. Let's do an ls. And you will see a lot of packages listed in there. You can copy all these packages to the directory that we created, or you can copy some packages to the directory that you created depending on the disk space you have. If you have the space and you want to create all these packages as the repo, then you can do that. I'll just show you maybe 1 or 2 packages and copy them over, and then we'll create the repo out of that. But let's say if you needed to create all these packages and use them as a local repo, then you would copy all of those. So in that case, you could just do copy asterisk dot asterisk, and let's say you were copying them to .repo to /repo, then you can just add them to that directory by using this command. But before you do that, you want to make sure you have enough space. So first of all, let's find out how much space you will actually need. So let me go up a directory and let's run the command du-sh. This tells you how much space a particular directory has. So if you wanted to copy all the packages, let's make sure you know how much space it has currently. So currently this is 3.5 GB. So the packages, if you wanted to copy all these packages, you would need to have 3.5 GB in the directory that you're copying these files to. So in our case, we're copying them to /. We have a directory under / called repo. So to check the space that you currently have, you can run df command -h. When you do that, it tells you the space you have in all your created file systems. Currently, we're looking at /. So /, as you can see, has available 4.4 GB. And if we wanted to copy all these packages to a directory under /, we can do that, because the repos, the packages that we want to copy, they are 3.5 GB and the space we have is 4.4 GB. So we can copy those if we wanted to. But that's just an example. I'm not going to copy all these packages. I'm just going to copy a couple of packages and create a repo out of it to show you how we can do this. So let's clear the screen and let's go back to our directory. Let's cd into packages. Okay, let's copy a package called createrepo. So let's copy that into /repo that we created. Okay, let's go back to /repo. Let's do an ls. Okay, so it has 2 packages now. The one we downloaded over the internet from our repository, and this one we copied from our DVD. Let's say you only had the DVD, you could just copy all the packages you want from the DVD, just like I showed you. Next thing you would need to do is run this command, createrepo. And then we're creating a repo out of the repo directory that we're currently in, where we copied that software. And if you get that message, that means we have not installed createrepo, so we can install it. So let's do yum install createrepo. We can do it this way, or we can also install it by installing the software we currently downloaded, which is called createrepo. Let's just install it with yum. Yes. It's done. Let's run the command createrepo again on /repo directory that we created. Okay, that command executed successfully. Now what we can do is we can create the local.repo file and set it up as a repository. Let's go to cd etc yum.repos. Let's do an ls. There's nothing in there because I've moved all the repos somewhere else temporarily. So we can run this example and enable this repo and see if this works. So let's create a file local.repo touch local.repo. Let's VI it and add some of these lines in there. So I for insert, and you can copy the same things that have in the file. Local repo, name is local, base URL is equal to file : 2/, and that's the syntax. After this, you will type in the location of your repo. Our location is /repo gpg check 0 enable. Let's save this file. So we've saved this file. Now let's double check if the repo is getting recognized by the system. So let's run the command yum repo list. Sometimes it doesn't populate right away, but let's just double check. So the local repo is listed in there, and that's the one we will use. So as you remember, we had some software in the /repo. One of them was vsftpd. So if we were using that particular software, let's see if we can install that. So if we do yum install vsftpd, let's see if it finds it. Looks like it's finding it, and it's telling us which repo it's using. It's the local repo that we just created, because all the other repos are no longer there. This is the only repo that is in our system right now. So it recognized it, and it's letting us install the software. So this is how you can create a local repository in your system and install any software you would like. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture as well, and I'll see you in the next one.